I got my Fauci ouchie frightening. I got my Fauci ouchie delightful. Now, in our modern age of AI, what is real? What is fake? Nobody knows. When stuff like this pops up, you got to say, hang on a minute, Newton. What's going on? Surely this can't be real. And then you have a little look. And then to your shock, horror, amazement, and laughter, it is. It's totally real, you guys. Governor Kathy Hochul. And that's how you pronounce it across the pond, isn't it? Kathy Hochul. New York governor. Getting a booster. This is on her official Twitter, X. Official. And she is proudly displaying a picture. And last time of looking, it's had well over 1 million views. A high percentage of views, you would hope, is for comedy factor. And a small percentage is for those people who think, probably like this, that if you go and get your 8th, it's finally going to work. Because don't worry. How many is it? It's definitely one now, yeah? Okie dokie. Today I got my Rona booster. What is it? Warp speed, isn't it? Warp speed. Yeah. Bang me chair. Oh, I got my Fauci ouchie. Ooh. Without the prick. The science is clear. And so is my mission. Protect New Yorkers, no matter what Washington throws at us. Yeah. Yeah. Man, that makes me feel patriotic. Yeah. No, don't shoot there. No, up in the sky. Now, don't rob that place in New York. No, come on, stop the crime. I don't know how many this is now. I think I've heard figures. And again, I looked into footage of people recording themselves saying, I'm going to go get mine. I'm getting mines. And I've looked into the footage of some people who actually are still recording themselves, still going out to get said juice. And it turns out that still many of them are actually not satire. I repeat, not satire. Which is quite incredible. Would you not say? I would. So I don't know. I've heard figures of like 7, 8. I think that's the sort of realm that we're looking at now. If we look at every sort of 6 months and sort of timescales, I think it was every 6 months or like every week or something like that. The recommendation was. Either way, the science is clear. Or is it? Ooh, boy, let's put a twist on this little ditty. Because maybe the science isn't entirely clear. Because just recently, apparently, the EU Commission admits the old Rona Jibby Jabola was released without complete safety data. Oh dear. Does someone want to let Kathy know? No? All right, fair enough. Do you know what? I'll read this directly from the source. In this instance, it is disclose.tv. And the summary of this article is the EU Commission admitted that the old Rona Jabolas were released without complete safety data. This raises concerns about accountability and risks for the public. Austrian EU MP Gerald Hauser questioned why citizens were not informed about the uncertainties in the Jabola's effectiveness and safety. Oh, dear. I mean, where are we now? We're a little bit further down the line, aren't we? Yeah, a little bit further down the road. And it would have been nice, wouldn't it, for the people who were quite often coerced, quite harshly. Yeah, not myself, but I've seen people glow and stuff. I'm not doing no, never do that, but for people who were in some instances, many instances, even coerced into this, whether it's be through the propaganda or the billboard or the advert or your favourite celebrity who said that the science was clear. It would have been nice, wouldn't it, that maybe a little bit more data, which a lot of people were saying at the time as well, an incredible amount of people, actually. They'd never tell you that, but we found a few of them, and they were like asking questions, about this and that health impact and this and that, and asking the right questions at the right time. But it would have been nice, wouldn't it? But there is this thing called trust, I suppose, and all of that. But I just wanted to highlight as well, guys, that in regards to the madness, it does in fact spread far and wide, so much so we're talking all the way across the world. Let's have a look at Australia, and you might recognise this face.
I would want to say, though, that we need to also, in our language and speaking to our children as they get older, there's going to be many vaccines that they will benefit throughout their life course. So whilst we're cognizant of providing this choice...
What's a choice? Is that like a joist? Yeah, I've heard of joists. Not choice, mate. I don't even remember what her name is, and I'm quite grateful of that. I'm sure our Australian friends, or maybe if you've got a better memory of me, or maybe a slight more interest in the old politics game than I do, you'll be able to name this lovely lady. Personally, I just recognise the face. It brings back some shivers, I ain't going to lie to you, because... as somebody who, at the time, just a few years ago, I actually remember it, not vividly, because that'd be too much, but I do remember, even through messages throughout the world, not just here in the UK, which were bad enough, I was taking it in at the time. You probably remember the videos. I was taking it in across the world with the old Jacindas and Dan Andrews and this lovely lady. I'm talking about that part of the world. I know Jacinda is New Zealand. I won't get the two confused, guys. Come on, put another shrimp on the barbie. I remember this lady, and she had some interesting things to say as the health lady. Person in charge of health. And now the latest, let's play a little bit more, but this is quite interesting as well.
It's also important that we don't labour the pain or other discomfort associated with vaccinations, because over your life course it's going to be better for your health if you can engage with a lot of that preventive vaccination. So a fine line, we just want to remove that rub for those parents, particularly for that 2-year-olds to under 5s.
Now, you might be asking, what the hell is she talking about, mate? And I was as well. But to add a bit of context to this, millions of dollars has been put into Australia, maybe this region that she's looking at specifically, New South Wales, has invested millions of dollars on nasal jabolas, which aren't really jabolas, are they? So nasal spray. And there you go, bump, just like that. You get your flu. This is in relation to the flu vaccine shot. Boosh, bang, up this nose. Boosh. And I'm trying to get my head around the context of what she's saying here, but she's basically saying, I think, that try not to educate your kids, particularly the under 5-year-olds, that just getting the nasal spray is just the only thing, because they'll benefit from a range of jabolas, which includes taking a needle too. All right, it's kind of, I think, kind of what I think she's saying there. Which is nice, isn't it? How delightful. Tell your kids to remember the pain, because it's coming again. So basically, when the next one comes around, maybe the next big one, how would you know about that, Carl? Just listen to Billy G. And these people tend to have really good insight. When the next big one comes around, maybe it won't be in the form of a nasal spray. Imagine that one as well. How super convenient, and how much worse it would have been if there was that level of convenience, like 2020 as well. Wow. So maybe it won't be ready. Maybe there won't be a nasal one for that. So she's encouraging parents to remind their children that they may even go through even more pain. Ta-ta.